every day for 5 years. I was doing everything right, where I was reading the self-help books, I was doing the meditations, I changed my diet, I changed my exercise. Like, I was really trying so hard to be better. And so after doing all of that diligent hard work, I had moved the needle a little bit in my life. I did feel somewhat better. I was engaging in the world somewhat better, but there were a lot of failures on my part. And Pema, the Buddhist nun, the author of that book, Pema Chödrön, she warns you. She tells you, and I didn't get it until having lived it, but she talks about how there's a really rough period for people who are trying to be better, but they haven't really mastered it yet. And it is a very rough period because you want to be kinder, but you're kind of not. You haven't really practiced it that well. So you know that you need to be better, but you also don't really have the experience. So it's a challenging period because you fail. And now you know you're failing. Like, at least before, I was blissfully ignorant and I didn't know I was failing all the time. So again, the 5 years, it moved the needle, but the ROI, return on investment, was incredibly low. All of that hard work should have resulted in a much higher result for me. So this is where we get into hypnosis. It was unbelievable to me that in our first 50-minute session that I actually felt more better in 50 minutes than I did after 5 years of working so hard and trying so diligently to feel better. So, like, if you compare the 5 years to the 50 minutes in hypnosis with her moved the needle so much more than the 5 years of diligent work did. And so I'm sitting there like, I cannot believe that all I did was lie down for 50 minutes, tapped into a kind of boring past life. It wasn't even very interesting. And somehow I feel significantly better.